Everybody have an agenda? Okay, we have no minutes.
No road encroachments.
Sorry.
And that takes us down to the airport resolution.
It's all one resolution.
Yeah, the airport and the Help America Vote Act resolution are combined in one resolution, 2019-12. Whereas money received from federal or state government may be appropriated regardless of the time received per MCA 7-6-4006. Whereas Teton County Airport received a FAA grant for $368,546.52 for the purchase of the Yeager building, and Teton County Elections received a HAVA grant for $10,587.63 to assist with the purchase of 6 Express Votes election equipment. Therefore, the following revenue lines and expenditure lines may be increased by the respective amounts. So $368,546.52 for the airport. For the election grant, $10,587.63.
I would move to approve.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution 2019-12. Is there any further discussion? None appearing, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. That takes us to the Sheriff Department collective bargaining agreement. And Keith, would you like to comment on that?
No, there was some, one correction on that contract that I think it was just an oversight. It had the vacation accrual figured in how many days per month. And since the deputies work 10-hour days, we had to break it down to, instead of a day and a quarter a month for a beginning deputy, it was 10 hours a month. And that was the only change I saw, but everything else looks good.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the collective bargaining agreement with the Sheriff's Office and the Teamsters Local Union number 2. Is there any further discussion?
So that changes in this copy? This
Yes.
is ready to sign?
Yes,
Okay.
Is it a 1-year contract?
yes.
And does it address wages for anyone?
The deputies' salaries are based upon mine,
Right.
a percentage of mine, and the dispatchers were given 50 cents an hour, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think. But my understanding, it was a 2-year contract, but they could open it up yearly.
For
For
salary.
salaries, yeah.
Same as the other road was that way too now.
But not contract language.
Right,
Set in
just-
contract language for 2 years, but we can renegotiate for salary.
Yeah, after a year, yeah.
Any further discussion? Wait for Dick to come back.
So we'll get it signed here, Keith, and you want to send it to Aaron or?
Again,
Right, I've got
Paula's
everything
going to.
set up the same. I've got
Perfect.
labels made and then I will certify it and
perfect.
I'll make, because have they signed it?
The commissioners?
No.
Keith
Aaron,
has-
Aaron
It
has
has
not.
not? Okay. I was making a
I've
copy.
signed it.
Yeah, we've signed it. So.
Yeah.
Okay, seeing there's no further discussion, all in favor of approving the sheriff contract, say aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Takes us down to Keith has requested that we declare a 2010 Crown Victoria surplus that his department no longer has a use for. Is there any particulars on it, Keith, mileage or anything?
It's fairly high. It's 160,000 miles. Overall good condition, but we're going to take it to Auction Sons so it can be sold at auction there on consignment. I would give that a try rather than do the sealed bids like we used to.
And all the equipment that we can use or you can use.
It's been removed.
Okay, so I have a question. So can we do that? Don't we have to advertise it then?
If it's an auction, it's illegal.
It's going to be sold at
Okay,
public
so
auction.
I just
is all.
asked,
Yeah,
that's all.
as long as
Okay.
it's an advertised public auction, it's legal for us to do that.
Okay,
I would move that we declare that Crown Vic surplus. Second.
Been moved and seconded to declare that 2010 Crown Vic is surplus. Is there any further discussion? None appearing, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Keith,
So-
what auctioneer is going to handle it?
We've contacted Auction Sons out of Great Falls.
Ox and Sons?
OX and Sons. Jerry Collins is running that now,
Okay.
the auction service.
so I don't have to do anything illegal or anything then? Okay, perfect. That makes it nice.
Okay, that takes us down to commissioner reports. The only thing I have to report is on Tuesday and Wednesday, we had Jim Knees
Nice.
do a human resource seminar for all the departments that could attend, and I believe it was very worthwhile.
What did he cover, Jim?
Oh, I'll get you a pamphlet. It's unlawful discharge from soup to nuts in the HR realm. How to classify an employee,
Discipline.
discipline.
FMLA.
Yeah.
Drug policy, drug testing policy.
It was a 4-hour presentation that was pretty good. He knows his stuff.
Did you have a good turnout? Was it mostly for your department heads?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I forget how many was there.
Probably 10 of us there.
And it also,
Monday or
we also
Tuesday.
invited like
I don't know
all
how
the
many there
special
was.
districts, clerks of the cities, but they were in Billings.
Yeah.
And then the clerks, I think there was 3 clerks from schools here yesterday.
GID clerk was there.
Yep.
Do you gentlemen have anything to add?
Nope.
Public comment.
Is the county going to need to apply for any disaster aid based on the storm? We don't have any trees like the
I
city does,
I
but,
don't anticipate.
okay.
No. The only thing I would say there is the new road superintendent, we swore him in on Thursday.
Yeah.
In kind of baptism by fire. But when we took him up to introduce him to the crew, they were making preparations for the storm. They were putting the V-plows on the graders and getting them all stationed where they could get at them in case the storm turned out to be what they were forecasting. And they've been going pretty steady.
They've been able to keep all the roads have been plowed now and are open.
I believe so, and there's a priority system, school bus routes, mail routes.
Right.
That hit it first, or get cleaned first.
And the snow was really heavy, so
it was a little slower than they normally are able to
And
get
then,
around, but
and then mud underneath as opposed to getting snow on a frozen road.
Right. So did they work through the weekend?
No, I think they started to, and they decided with the wind they were losing ground. They were
Okay.
just wasting fuel, and I think Alan told us that he had them stop until the wind abated.
Mine got plowed yesterday.
We didn't really have bad wind here in Choteau, but it blew all around us. It sounded like drifting, reports of pretty significant drifting here and there. And maybe you can update us on the road foreman or superintendent hiring. How many applicants did you have? And tell us a little bit about Alan. How many interviews did you do with
We
finalists?
did one.
One interview, how many applicants?
We had 4 or 5 that we got applications, but just Alan was the only one to follow through.
Okay. So you had interest, but only one completed the packet and turned it into.
Correct.
No, there was 3 that turned in the packet, but 2 didn't qualify
Oh,
for
that's
this.
right.
For this,
Yeah.
for the,
Yeah.
yeah,
the experience and
yeah, they didn't meet the qualifications.
Criteria.
3 completed applications, 1 met all the criteria
And qualifications.
and was interviewed, and that was Alan, and he was hired.
Yep.
Has he worked in a road superintendent position before? Maybe you could tell us just a little bit about it.
I believe he worked for, was it,
He worked for Roosevelt County, but not as a superintendent. And so he's run all the equipment. And then he's pretty much been self-employed, or he worked at Broken Hill for a few years. Other than that, he's been a self-employed contractor dirt worker.
Does he live in the county? Does he live in
Yes.
the Fairfield area?
Yes.
I think a couple miles northeast of Fairfield out there somewhere.
And what did you guys settle on for a salary for Alan?
55.
55 million, with the same benefits that all the county employees get.
Well, he's not a union member,
Right.
so he doesn't have any of the union retirement. Other than that.
But like the health insurance is mainly. Okay. Well, he had a busy first week.
Yep, baptism by fire. Okay, anybody have anything else? None appearing, we're adjourned.
Thank you.